So we're here at UDS-Q in Oakland, and I'm here with Max Brustkern, and he's a QA engineer at Canonical. And so a couple days ago there was a really exciting talk on what QA engineering is doing this cycle. Can you tell us a bit about what you have going on?
Yeah, we're deploying a new test system called the Ubuntu Automation Test Harness. Basically, the idea is we can accept tests in any format as long as we get a little bit of metadata about where they're located, what commands we actually have to run, and whether we need any special commands to configure and build the tests. Once we have that in the proper format, we connect it to a provisioning system that allows us to run the test on currently a VM, but over the next cycle we're going to be developing hardware provisioning using mass, and we'll be looking into ARM provisioning as well, so that by the end of the cycle we should be able to run tests on any available sort of system that we'd want to run tests on automatically from Jenkins.
And so these available systems, say if an OEM wants to ship a bunch of hardware, could they get a piece of their hardware into this test harness and have tests run on it automatically?
Yeah, I think we'd probably work with, there's another team that does that. What's the name of that team?
I'm not sure either.
Anyway, there's a hardware enablement team that does that right now, but yeah, we will be working with them to enable it in their lab as well, so that any hardware they get, if they're, that we can move their standard hardware enablement testing to a more automated system than it currently is right now.
Nice. And you mentioned something about these systems are hooked up to a harness that allows you to toggle the power.
Yeah, we've got some very nice systems in the lab in terms of we've got remotely addressable power supplies, so that basically we can bring up either a web interface or a telnet interface and cycle the power on any of the machines we're using. We've also got a good network KVM that allows us to hook up to the screen of any of the machines and send them keyboard commands if we need to. And we also, in case none of that works, we have a camera that we can access over the internet, pan, tilt, and zoom in on any particular monitor that is within the view of the camera in the lab. So that in particular we're going to use for multi-monitor testing, because we've had cases before where something would get rendered as far as the X buffer, so that if we went to take a screenshot it would appear correct, but on the actual monitor hardware it would be non-existent or corrupt. So with the camera we can verify it's actually being output in a state that the user would be able to see it.
Oh, that's really cool.
We're also, as part of that, we're going to be using the project Mark talked about on the first day of UDS, the new open hardware project. It was developed by one of the guys on the kernel team, and it's essentially basically a remotely accessible way to disconnect a monitor. You basically just plug a VGA cable in on either side, and then you can tell this to basically simulate a disconnect, and that will, as far as all the hardware is concerned, the monitor is no longer connected, so we can simulate hot plug monitor events if we want to do testing of unplugging and plugging in monitors while the system is running.
Nice. That's really cool. So will you eventually have something like that for, say, DVI also, or?
Yeah, the DVI is going to be a little more work because it's got more pins and it's more complex, but we're working towards that.
Awesome. And so the suite of tests that get run, how easy is it for people to add new tests into this pool of tests that get run?
If you have a script that we can download from either a website or a BZR or Git branch, and it returns 0 when it's successful, it should take about 5 minutes to write a run list to get this into our suite.
Nice. Yeah, is there anything else you want to share in terms of what's going on?
I think this is going to be a good cycle for us. I mean, last cycle we really spent getting all this hardware, setting it up, and kind of writing the foundations of the new automated testing method, getting our Jenkins running, getting our OpenStack running, just kind of preparing for really being able to accept contributions from the rest of the company and the community. And now we're ready to start doing that and really get some major testing rolling on all these nice boxes we have.
That's fantastic. Yeah, the focus on quality is very exciting and important. So thanks so much.
Thank you.